tower lane, Johnny White. White with problems, Prudhomme an easy run. But a lot of smoke out of Prudhomme's car, indicating some burned pistons. 6.45 seconds at only 192 miles an hour. Prudhomme's got some work ahead of him. James Warren versus Gary Beck, two of the finest. Warren, plagued with the flu, came down sick here just a couple of days ago at the start of qualifying on Thursday, and he's battling the flu, and this time he's battling Gary Beck. Two great drivers. Top Fuel Eliminator round number 2. It is James Warren taking the win over Gary Beck, the low qualifier. Maybe a bit of an upset as the Ridge Route Terrors, runner-up at the Winter Nationals, continue their march, hopefully, towards the winner's circle. Both cars going up in smoke, as you see here on the slow-motion replay. Warren recovering quickly to a 6.19 second at over 234 miles an hour. Beck's losing time, 6.31 at 223. Paul Longenecker from Arcanum, Ohio in the near lane. He is matched up with Frank Bradley. Bradley, the winner over James Warren at that Winter Nationals Championship held just about a month ago out at Pomona, California. Bradley from Napa, California, one of the many outstanding drivers in the state of California, making his first trip to the East Coast and this 7th annual NHRA Gatornationals. Paul Longenecker, he hails from Arcanum, Ohio, one of the many strong cars located in the Midwestern part of the United States. Drag racing, of course, starting on the West Coast back about 25 years ago. And for many years, the West Coast held the innovative lead over the rest of the country. But today, anywhere you look, there are competitive cars and top-notch racers. Frank Bradley against Paul Longenecker. Longenecker up in smoke. And Bradley, smoke pouring out of the exhaust pipes as he crosses the finish line, but he takes the win. 6.10 seconds. Low elapsed time of the round thus far. Speed of 217 miles an hour. Here in the replay, we see Longenecker up in smoke. Bradley recovering very quickly. He goes through at 217 miles an hour. Longenecker tried to catch him, but turning 231 miles an hour to no avail. Here's Marvin Graham. He's the former national champion from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He won the Spring Nationals a year ago. He has an easy run this time as his competitor Bob Structus, exploding a motor in the first round of competition, unable to return. Graham making the necessary bye run. Turns a 6.22 seconds at 238 miles an hour plus. The other pairing in round number 2 would have pitted Jim Booker against Clayton Harris. Clayton Harris, you saw earlier, exploded a motor. He also unable to return for the round. Booker on his single at 6.18 seconds, 225 miles an hour. We'll be back in just a moment. One of the coveted awards at the 76 Gatornationals, the English Leather Best Appearing Car Award, going to Tom Prock and Fred Castronova. Semi-final action in funny car and pro stock. Some of the greatest names in drag racing assembled here at the 7th annual NHRA Gatornationals. It'll be Shiro Greer from Warner Robins, Georgia. He's the man that won the 1974 World Championship, matched up against Bob Pickett, driving the U.S. Marine car. The other side of the bracket finds the 1975 World Champion, Don the Snake Prudhomme. He is pitted against TV Tommy Ivo. In pro stock, Larry Lombardo driving for Bill Jenkins up against Bob Glidden. Dave Canners and the American Motors Hornet, the big block Camaro of Warren Johnson, his opponent. And this is the semifinal round of Pro Stock Eliminator. Here in the tower lane or near side is Dave Canners driving the Maskin & Canners Hornet X, matched against Fridley, Minnesota's Warren Johnson in the big block Camaro. Two of the finest pro stockers in the country here at the 76 Gatornationals. A good lead by both cars. At the finish line by more than a car length, Warren Johnson. He recorded an elapsed time of 8.78 seconds to the losing time of 8.84 for Dave Canners. The front wheels coming off the ground as they leave the starting line. Warren Johnson, your winner here in the semifinals of Pro Stock. The next pair In the Tower Lane, Bob Glidden. His competition, Larry Lombardo, driving for Bill Jenkins. And the world champion down to defeat Larry Lombardo, the winner, 8.74 seconds to a losing 8.83. Lombardo by a car length over Bob Glidden. Funny Car Eliminator, semi-final racing. TV Tommy Ivo in the near lane. His competition, a longtime competitor, Don Prudhomme. Here we see a slow motion of the burnout by TV Tommy. The rear wheels growing, the tires growing from the centrifugal force. 1,800 horsepower plus under the Dodge-bodied car of Tommy Ivo. Don Prudhomme using the Monza body. Laying down a path of rubber, the crewmen backing up both cars into those tracks. Provide the most traction to allow these cars to record the outstanding times and speeds over a standing start quarter of a mile. Don Prudhomme far lane, Tommy Ivo near lane, both off together. Prudhomme with a little smoke, a close race. Prudhomme again burning pistons, it looked like, at the finish line. But a burned piston or two doesn't count when you win the race and go into the finals for the third year in a row at the Gatornationals. Here, the slow motion replay. You see both cars leaving the line very strongly. Prudhomme smoking the tires. He turned to 6.45 seconds, the losing time of 6.55, and that couples up to a little over a car length at the finish line, a tenth of a second apart, the two cars, Don Prudhomme and Tommy Ivo. The body up, that's how the drivers get in the car, by the way, and the crewman starts the engine for Cheryl Greer, the 1974 world champion out of Warner Robins, Georgia. He is racing against Bob Pickett, driving Mickey Thompson's Grand Am Pontiac from Granada Hills, California. Both Greer and Pickett making their best showings here at the Gatornationals in a number of national event races. The far lane, Cheryl Greer. In the tower lane or near lane, Bob Pickett. East versus west with Greer representing Georgia. Pickett out of Granada Hills, California. And it's no race at all. Cheryl Greer, the win, 6.50 seconds at over 206 miles an hour. The semifinals of Top Fuel. One side of the bracket finding a matchup of two West Coast superstars. James Warren and Frank Bradley in a rematch of the Winter Nationals final run where Frank Bradley defeated James Warren. In the other half of the bracket, it is Jim Booker driving the only Chevrolet in the field. He's matched up against the former national champion Marvin Graham from Oklahoma City. This is semifinal Top Fuel racing at the Gatornationals. And it's James Warren in the near lane against Frank Bradley. Two of the best West Coast drivers traveling all the way to Gainesville, Florida to meet here in the semifinals. A great race as James Warren pulls it out in the last eighth of a mile. As you can see, just a car length separating them at the finish. Warren recording a 6.20 second elapsed time at over 239 miles an hour. In the near lane, the Chevrolet-powered dragster of Jim Booker against Marvin Graham. Graham with the big lead, and something lets go, and it's Jim Booker with the win into the finals, 6.40 seconds. Frank Farino down at Don Prudhomme's pit.
Dave, we're down here with Don Prudhomme and getting ready for the finals. There is no way we're going to get a chance to talk to Don. As you can see, he's surrounded by Ed Pink. Ed McCulloch is here helping, a crew from the Blue Max, trying desperately to put Don's car back together again. It looks like a couple of pistons went. It's been an uphill fight for Don ever since the competition began, and it looks like if he does get into the finals, it is going to be uphill right up until the very end. Okay, we're coming up to the finals in Top Fuel, and the story usually is how well is the car holding up. The story for James Warren is how well is James Warren holding up. Jim, you've not been feeling too good.
No, I think I caught the flu last night, and boy, it really knocked me down.
One of those rounds, a couple of rounds back, they had you up there, they were ready to get you in the staging lane, and all of a sudden they pulled you out of the car.
Yeah, we sat there too long, and I was afraid I might not be able to make it. It was too hot, so.
Well, you ran a 6:20, 2:39 in that semifinal round. You're going against Jim Booker, and Booker's got pneumonia, they say.
Well, I don't know. Maybe our cars are good. 2 drivers are sick.
Here we are with the final of Pro Stock Eliminator. Larry Lombardo of Malvern, Pennsylvania, matched up against Warren Johnson of Fridley, Minnesota, a pair of Chevrolets. Johnson utilizing the Camaro body and the big block engine. Lombardo driving for Bill Jenkins, using the Monza body with a smaller motor. They leave the line together. It's anybody's race to the finish line. It is Larry Lombardo, your 1976 Gatornationals champion. With the wheels in the air, Lombardo comes off the line on his way to a new national elapsed time record of 8.716 seconds, over 155 miles an hour in the Gatornationals championship. Moving to the finals of Funny Car Eliminator, pitting 2 world champions. Don Prudhomme, the 1975 champion, at the wheel of the U.S. Army Monza against Cheryl Greer from Warner Robins, Georgia. He was the 1974 NHRA world champion. East versus West, inching into those staging beams, getting ready to go for the championship Funny Car Eliminator at the Gatornationals. It's Prudhomme off first. Cheryl Greer crossing over the center line and having troubles. Don Prudhomme streaking to another victory, his 3rd in a row at the Gatornationals. Don Prudhomme, 6.24 seconds at over 236 miles an hour, annexing another national title and moving him well into the lead for the points race. Frank is with Don Prudhomme.
Well, you can see a happy man.
Oh, yeah,
Don, one quick second. Funny car champion, 1976 Gatornationals. It was an uphill fight from the word go.
It sure was, but yeah, just like anything else, you know, you never give up, no matter what's happening out there on the drag strip, even when you're behind or whatever, until that finish light comes on. No one has won the race.
Here it is, the final in Top Fuel Eliminator, the Chevrolet of Jim Booker. You see him here, sitting encased in the roll cage. He's from Westchester, Ohio. His competition, all the way from Bakersfield, California. They call them the Ridge Route Terrors, the team of Warren and Coburn, lanky Jim Warren. They're staged, and they're off. Backing out as both cars losing traction, it's James Warren across the finish line first, taking the win. Jim Warren over Jim Booker, 6.24 seconds. The time for James Warren from Bakersfield, California, winning the 1976 Gatornationals. His speed over 236 miles an hour. Let's go again to Frank Farino.
James Warren, Top Fuel winner, 1976 Gatornationals, and it was a touch and go there whether you were going to last up to the final round.
Well, the car was in good shape. I just hope I was half as good. It'd be all right.
It was a 6:24, fantastic time for what's been happening here all day.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble in the starting line all week. Just never could get it. It's had too much power. Didn't want to change it.
You got to be happy, if not well.
Yeah. I already feel better.
And so he should. James Warren, your 1976 Gatornationals Top Fuel champion. A tremendous crowd, over 56,000 for 4 days of great racing. Some tremendous performances. National records, Larry Lombardo, new ET record. Bob Glidden setting the Pro Stock mile-an-hour record. Gary Beck's first 5 ever at Gainesville. Don Prudhomme's track record, 6:24. On the human side, Iron Man James Warren. Well, that's it from Gainesville. This is Dave McClellan for Frank Farino saying so long from Gainesville.
The NHRA Gatornationals has been brought to you by Fram, makers of oil, air, and gas filters, Fram windshield wipers, and auto light spark plugs, and by English Leather, makers of men's fine toiletries, and by Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, brewers of Budweiser. When you say Bud, you've said it all. Promotional consideration provided by Datsun, the official car of the National Hot Rod Association. has been an NHRA television presentation, a Diamond P Enterprises production.